get Doug.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Tech.
Oh, excuse me. I had some technical difficulties. We're going to start that all over. I apologize for that. We're here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 60 laps, 3 additional tire sets, 2 green-white checkers. Fuel window is going to be 60%. Our starting grid is going to be Howard Peoples and Zachary King on the pole. And on the outside, row number 2 is going to be Jeffrey Goodpaster and Jaden Porter. Row number 3 is going to be Joseph Essenberg and Joe Conan. Row number 4, Jason Thomas and Daniel Dunaway. Row number 5, Garrett Essenberg and Ryan Testa. Row number 6, Isaac Michael and Christian Barnes. Row number 7, Dave Allen and John Cook. Row number 8 is going to be John Shields and Charles Allen Jr. And shotgunning the field tonight is going to be Anthony Hatfield. Now, the drivers on the tower of the screen, on the scoring tower, drivers highlighted in red, are your chase drivers. We're in race number 4 of the chase. Christian Barnes winning last week at Michigan. Howard Peoples winning chase race number 1 at Charlotte and chase race number 2 at Atlanta Echo Park Speedway. So it's going to be a very interesting race here. As soon as we go green, I will give a little bit of a lowdown on the championship standings, as I was having some audio issues and was talking and nothing was coming through. So we've got it all squared away, and we are getting ready to go green here as we watch for Barney to drop the green flag, and we'll be patiently waiting to restart for 60 laps here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Zachary King getting the jump over Howard Peoples. Peoples running strong on that inside. Indianapolis Motor Speedway is one of those tracks that it's extremely difficult to pass. So track position is going to be detrimental to how you finish in this race. We're going to jump around here and look around and see what's going on in the back of the field here. Christian Barnes winning last week at Michigan, currently sitting in 9th position. And we're going to go on board here with Christian Barnes as he's trying to work on Garrett Essenberg. Down into turn number 2, or excuse me, turn number 1. Christian Barnes trying to stay in some of that clean air. We've got a long race to go, so plenty of time to make some moves. As you see, Christian Barnes here working on the inside of Essenberg. Now, if we take a look at our chase standings, Christian Barnes is your points leader in the chase, and 14 points behind him is Howard Peoples. And then you have Zachary King, Essenberg, Dave Allen, Ryan Testa, Jason Thomas, and John Cook, all looking for a win here. Now, Christian Barnes is your winner last week at Michigan. Howard Peoples won the first 2 races in the chase. So Howard Peoples definitely had some momentum going into Michigan last week. He almost got it done. Christian Barnes able to come away with the win there. But Zachary King is not a driver to count out. We see him up here in the lead right now. If he can come away with a win, that'll definitely help his championship standings as we go into New Hampshire next week and Iowa the following week for the championship race. We'll take a look right here. Ryan Testa currently sitting 11th right now, down 1 position from where he started. He's got the 31 of Dave Allen on his inside. Coming up on the number 77 of John Cook. And the field is spread out. That's kind of what Indianapolis will do. Not very many opportunities to pass here. And you have to be patient. You have to make your moves at the right time. And, you know, momentum is key, especially on these corners. You got to stick to the bottom. You come up off that bottom, you're going to lose a ton of momentum and could potentially lose a lot of track position. Back up to the front here. Zachary King got a 0.2 of a second lead on Howard Peoples. Behind them, you've got Jeffrey Goodpaster and Jayden Porter fighting for position for that third spot. We're going to go on board with the nose cam of Jayden Porter. Working on the back of that Napa Toyota Supra of Jeffrey Goodpaster. Both drivers swinging rail out wide. Little tap of the wall there for Jayden Porter. That's definitely not something you want to do here in Indianapolis. Losing a ton of momentum there. Got a battle here for 7th with Jason Thomas and Christian Barnes side by side into the corner. Christian Barnes having the advantage. Gonna go ahead and make the pass. But Jason Thomas has the momentum on the inside. We got a wreck on the backstretch to 4. Head first into the wall. That's gonna be Garrett Essenberg, who just gets absolutely destroyed right there. See if we can go back and take a look at the Ideal Family instant replay. See exactly what happened to Essenberg right here. Just gets into the wall. And then him and John Cook get tangled up. And Essenberg just gets absolutely destroyed. And then Daniel Dunaway adds a little insult to injury with the ARCA brake. We're going to take a look at that from one more perspective. We're going to look at it from the chase perspective here of Garrett Essenberg. We want to see the crash. We don't want to see him rolling. Let's back this one up. All right, chase perspective right here. We'll look at it at half speed. Maybe not. You see Cook there just going for the side draft and not having luck there as the fork goes around. First caution of the night. Looks like we're going to have some drivers here opting to come down pit road. Going to top off with some fuel. Does look like Howard Peoples assumed the race lead over Zachary King, but Zachary King opting to stay out. Now, where is Howard Peoples in the Discord? I do not see him. We're going to go ahead and we're going to talk to our current race leader, Zachary King. Zachary King, this is Front Row Joe in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, boys?
Hey, man. So, just wanted to chat with you real quick. We've got, still a lot of time left in this race. Just kind of wanted to see where your head's at and kind of what your strategy is going to be to come away with a win here.
Yeah, man, there's numbers we point at too before we go into every race, so we're sticking to that number, sticking to that strategy. I really think it's gonna be the better strategy out of all these things. We don't go a lap down from pitting, so we're just gonna play our strategy right and try to win this race.
Yeah, absolutely. You're sitting 40 points behind the lead right now, so a win tonight will definitely boost you up there in the ranks for the championship standing. So we'll be looking forward to see how you make out in this race, and hopefully we'll talk to you later, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Joe.
You're welcome. All right, that was your current race leader, Zachary King. Still don't see Howard Peoples anywhere. I'd like to talk to Howard Peoples, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna talk to our current championship points leader, Christian Barnes. Christian, this is Front Row Joe. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, so apologize for kind of interrupting some of your strategy, but just kind of wanted to talk to you real quick. You're in the points lead. You've got momentum after the win at Michigan last night. What's going to be the key to be able to make some passes and get up to the front and hopefully come away with a win here tonight?
I feel like it's just being on the right strategy and not burning up your tires. You definitely want to take your time. You don't want to rush too much. Being in the front, like say the leader, that clean air is definitely going to help a lot, but you definitely don't want to rush the process. If you get up there, burn your stuff up, and everybody just goes around you, and it doesn't really matter. So I'm definitely going to try to take my time. I don't feel too great with the car right now, but maybe as the track changes, I'll feel a little more comfortable.
Awesome. Well, Christian, we wish you best of luck in the race, and we'll be looking forward to talking to you here at the end.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, lights on the pace car are off. We will be going green next time by... we'll take a quick look at our 10-car lineup for the restart. It's going to be Zachary King, Howard Peoples, Jeffrey Goodpaster, Jaden Porter, Christian Barnes, Ryan Testa, Charles Allen Jr., Joseph Essenberg, Joseph Conan, and Jason Thomas. 51 laps to go. And I have a feeling that it's going to be an absolute thriller here tonight, especially if Christian Barnes can work his way up to the front. But definitely don't count out the number 2 of Ryan Testa. Ryan Testa is sitting in 6th right now. Still plenty of time for anyone to make a move. Anything can happen here at Indianapolis. As the pace car gets ready to take that hard left turn off of pit road. Zachary King with control into the restart zone.
Green flag.
And Zachary King gets a massive jump on the inside. Going to hop up to the high side in front of Peoples. He's got some traffic behind him with Goodpaster, Peoples, Christian Barnes, and the number 74 of Jaden Porter. Looking right here with Jeffrey Goodpaster. We'll hop back and take a look at the onboard camera with Ryan Testa. Ryan Testa currently 6th, started 10th. Gaining some spots here. Indianapolis is another unique track, similar to Pocono, is there's not much banking on the track at all. So you really have to make sure your car is settled in the corners. As you can see there, Christian Barnes trying to break the draft a little bit from Jaden Porter. Draft plays a huge factor in this track as well. As well as dirty air. As you see Ryan Testa just trying to keep his nose poked out the left side of Jaden Porter. Get all that clean air, all that rotation for a nice, smooth, clean, fast exit. He's got Joseph Essenberg right on his bumper. We've got all but one of our championship drivers in the top 10. The only one not in the top 10 right now is going to be the number 77 of John Cook. As these championship drivers are showing exactly why they are championship drivers, especially the number 1 of Zachary King. Let's go on board on the trunk cam of Zachary King. As you can see, he's starting to build a lead over Howard Peoples, now out to about a second. Howard Peoples has the number 60 of Jeffrey Goodpaster right on his bumper. Now with the lead that Zachary King has, there's a question that needs to be begged. Did Zachary King get out too far, too quick? Is he going to burn his stuff up? Or does he just have that much of an advantage? And is he just that dominant here at Indianapolis Motor Speedways? We look at Howard Peoples. You see Jeffrey Goodpaster getting a little bit sideways coming out of turn number 4 down the back straightaway. Trying to work the inside. Howard Peoples swinging a little bit too wide there. That's going to allow Goodpaster to get right up on his bumper, almost making contact right there in turn number 2. As they come out onto the back straightaway. Essenberg almost into the wall, got that car skewed out just enough to miss that wall. Whole pack single filed out. That's unfortunately the way Indianapolis runs. And we've got, excuse me, Lillian King in the chat. Let's go King number 1. We will be rooting on every single driver in here. I hope that everyone's favorite driver wins the race. And yes, Denise Carey, we are bummed out that Essenberg went out the way he did. Also, John Shields, Daniel Dunaway out of this race. But we still have quite a few contenders in this race. We're going board towards the rear of the field a little bit here with Isaac Michael, currently sitting 12th. I really applaud these drivers for coming back and finishing out the season. There's plenty of leagues out there where if you're out of championship contention towards the end of the season, drivers just stop showing up. So we are really thankful, and we really like to see all these drivers coming out. We definitely thank everybody in the chat right now. There's 14 of you here. Definitely thank you for coming in, tuning into the All-American Racing Network here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Looking at John Cook. John Cook not having much damage at all from that incident with Garrett Essenberg. And Howard Peoples off the pace a little bit. Not sure if that's a strategy by Peoples or, like I said before, if Zachary King is just going to dominate tonight here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You can see just how much of a gap that Zachary King has on the field, and we see Essenberg here, Goodpaster working on Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples coming down the block. It is going to be detrimental for Howard Peoples if he were to start losing positions. As we see Goodpaster here, looks like he almost had a run there. Makes a run, move to the inside. Not quite going to get there. Still going to have to work on that 29 of Howard Peoples. Now, just because it's we're in the chase doesn't mean these drivers don't get points if they're not in the chase. And obviously, every driver comes out, they want to win. Does not matter if you are in the chase for the championship or not. So, no harm, no foul here by Jeffrey Goodpaster, pushing hard. Now, one thing that Goodpaster is going to be cautious of is to not wreck somebody who's in the chase. Definitely want to run him hard. Definitely don't want to make it easy on him, but you definitely don't want to do anything egregious. As we see Goodpaster really on that bumper of Howard Peoples. Looks like he's going to make a move to the inside, decides to back out. If I'm Goodpaster, I'm going to try and back it up a little bit and really try and get a run coming out of these corners. He's got one right now to the inside of Peoples. Peoples with a little bobble in turn one. Goodpaster's going to get side by side, and Goodpaster goes sideways, trying to get around him, but he's still got some momentum. You can see Goodpaster was side by side with Peoples, decides to back out. Peoples way wide there. That's going to allow Goodpaster to get there. Goodpaster still sideways. And Goodpaster is going to overtake Howard Peoples and slide up into the number 2 spot. Christian Barnes up a few positions. Christian Barnes now sitting 4th. Capitalizing on Peoples and Goodpaster racing side by side. That's going to allow him to catch up. And it is going to be an absolute thriller of a race here. And this championship is not going to be a runaway, meaning that I do not think Christian Barnes is going to be able to build so much of a gap that the results of the Iowa championship race don't matter. As you can see, Christian Barnes only has a 14-point gap to second and a 40-point gap to third. Now, if the race were to finish in this order, I do believe Christian Barnes still would be the leader of the championship points. However, that gap that he has right now will shrivel down. And we've got Jinx 122 in the chat rooting on Anthony Hatfield. Let's go on board here with Anthony Hatfield. Currently working on Isaac Michael and Ryan Testa. Ryan Testa falling back quite a few positions. He was 6th at the restart, now sitting 11th. We are going to do our best to make sure we see every driver here, so you get to see your favorite driver in action. Let's take a look here at Joseph Essenberg, the brother, I believe twin brother of Garrett Essenberg in that number 10 Toyota Great Lakes Sim Racing. Nice candy apple red paint scheme on there. Yes, Jinx, we love Anthony Hatfield too. We love all the drivers here at the All-American Racing Network. These guys have put on a phenomenal season. It's been nothing short of action each race. And a lot of these drivers have had many opportunities to win races. Some winning more than others. I do believe Christian Barnes has 5 wins on the season. Zachary King has 3. And Howard Peoples has 2. Zachary King now on pit road. That's going to yield the race lead to Jeffrey Goodpaster. Now look at the statistics here on these drivers. Look at how many top 10s and top 5s these drivers had. All these championship drivers have had multiple top 5 and multiple top 10 finishes here, which only attributes and is the reason to why they are in the chase. All American Racing Network, we are live here every Monday night, 7:55 Eastern Standard Time. Now, we do have 2 more races left in the season. After that, we'll be taking a short break, doing some recruiting, getting geared up for the next season. So we will keep everybody posted on those details so you can come back and continue to watch racing here on the All-American Racing Network. Again, I am your host, Front Row Joe. I am super thankful to have had this opportunity, and we are super thankful here at All-American Racing Network that our viewers tune in and week out. Zachary King now off of pit road. Staying on the lead lap here. That is one of the benefits of running here at Indianapolis Motor Speedways. You could pit, come out, still be on the lead lap. And after the pit cycle, Zachary King should cycle back to the race lead. Howard Peoples coming down pit road. Man, just look at the damage that Garrett Essenberg has suffered. Unfortunate for Mr. Essenberg. We hope that he can bounce back and make a run for it next week. And Jeffrey Goodpaster, this is his home track. Jeffrey Goodpaster Racing out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Got a little bit of a battle back here. Jason Thomas got some serious damage there. He absolutely destroyed the wall. He's going to have to come down and get his damage fixed. Let's take a look and see exactly how much damage he's got. A lot of right front damage there on that Ford Mustang for Jason Thomas. On the grass, just not able to control the car. And he's going to have to come down and get some damage fixed. Unfortunate there for Jason Thomas. But we will race on. We've got Joseph Conan, or Joe Conan, and Joseph Essenberg now battling for 4th right now. Essenberg looks to have an advantage over Conan. Let's go on board here with Joseph Conan. Racing out of Dansville, Michigan. You can see Conan at about 150 miles an hour in the center of that turn. He's going to get up to about 190 miles an hour before they enter into turn number 1. So extremely high speeds here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And like I said earlier, not much banking at all. You really have to keep this car settled. Got to load that front. Able to get that rotation, smooth inputs on exit. Now, Zachary King at a little bit of a disadvantage, opting to stay out on that last pit when we had the caution. So he had to come down. He's going to be on a little bit of an alternate strategy as we see Christian Barnes now coming down pit road. Joseph Essenberg, Joe Conan also coming down pit road. Now, King will cycle back to the lead. But the difficult thing he's going to have to do is he's going to have to really strategize and hope for a late race caution at some point. I could be wrong. I just might be wrong. This alternate strategy by King just might win him the race. We're going to have to see how it plays out. Jeffrey Goodpaster coming down pit road. He's going to yield the race lead to, well, not Jaden Porter. Jaden Porter's coming down pit road. It's going to be Isaac Michael who will assume the race lead. You see Isaac Michael with the Sia on the back of his Ford Mustang, the Ideal Family Ford Mustang. He's got the Ideal Pest Racing. That's his team, Ideal K9. Now, Ideal Family is another sponsor of the All-American Racing Network. They do race. They're a race team. They do construction. They do pest control. They do construction. They do canine training. So if you Google Ideal Family LLC on Google, they service the greater upstate New York area. But contact Ideal Family for all of your pest control, construction, canine training, race teams, and etc. Isaac Michael coming down pit road. That'll yield the race lead to Anthony Hatfield, but Anthony Hatfield's down pit road. And Zachary King will assume the race lead once again. That'll move Howard Peoples up to second, Christian Barnes up to third. And our top three championship drivers are running 1, 2, 3 here at Indianapolis. We'll take a look at our fastest 5 drivers of the race so far. Howard Peoples with the fastest lap of the race with a 53.42. Zachary King with a 53.61 in second. And third, Christian Barnes with a 53.89. You've got Jeffrey Goodpaster with a 53.95 and Joseph Essenberg with a 54.19. We'll take a look at our biggest gainers so far of the race. Christian Barnes up 9 spots. Dave Allen up 8 spots. Charles Allen Jr. up 6 spots. John Cook and Anthony Hatfield both up 5 spots. Now, another thing we're going to do real quick, we're going to take a look at our pit stop statistics. Every driver coming down for 4 tires and fuel. Yeah, Jason Thomas come down for some repairs. A few other drivers coming down for repairs. So 4 tires is the call here at Indianapolis. Got the 18 of Anthony Hatfield. Gonna try and get his lap back the hard way. Anthony Hatfield currently 1 lap down. He is in the lucky dog position should we get a caution. And we've got Christian Barnes has got about a second of a gap over Anthony Hatfield. Anthony Hatfield does have 2 lap fresher tires. but I am not quite sure that 2-lap tire advantage is going to play a factor here in Hatfield getting back around Christian Barnes. It is extremely hard to pass here at Indianapolis, but you see Christian Barnes getting slowed up a little bit by the number 2 of Ryan Testa. Testa just going to yield the inside. It's going to be tricky right here going into the corner with these drivers side by side. Testa hard on the brakes, letting Goodpaster by without any issue. And Goodpaster has closed that gap on Christian Barnes from a little over a second to 0.2 of a second. Now, Christian Barnes right now is 11 seconds behind Zachary King. Really spread out. It's going to take a caution to get this field stacked back up for Christian Barnes to be able to have a shot at the race lead. Zachary King got a monster lead right now over our second place driver, Howard Peoples, out to just over 3 seconds. We're going to stay locked in right here on this battle for third right now. Christian Barnes in the number 27 Ford Mustang. Jeffrey Goodpaster in the number 60 Napa Auto Parts Toyota Supra. Goodpaster's got a really big run on Christian Barnes down the back straightaway. Let's see how these drivers pan out on the exit of turn number 3. Goodpaster not giving up any room. Still can't get by Christian Barnes, though. That's how difficult it is here to pass at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It is extremely hard to pass here. Track position off the restarts. Extremely, extremely important. Howard Peoples now has closed the gap a little bit on Zachary King. He's got a little bit of a drafting partner there by way of the number 18 of Anthony Hatfield. It will help him just a tad bit. Let's go on board here with Howard Peoples as he tries to make some ground on the number 1 of Zachary King. You see Zachary King falling off just a tad bit here. People slowly closing that gap. It's going to be one of the disadvantages of Zachary King having a pit those few laps before Howard Peoples. And one thing I feel like I have to mention right now, it is just so exciting up here in the All-American Racing Network booth, watching these drivers battle week after week. The excitement, their dramatics, everything that goes along with racing. I am just so honored and so thankful to be up here in the All-American Racing Network booth. So definitely want to give a big thanks to Doug Scalise for being able to make this happen. You got Christian Barnes and Goodpaster still duking it out here. Got Ryan Testa, Jaden Porter. Essenberg and Conan. Still a few good battles here on the track. You've got a battle for second, battle for third, and then you've got a battle for sixth, with Conan and Essenberg. Now, if these two can kind of work together, they will eventually catch the number 74 of Jaden Porter. Jaden Porter 4 seconds ahead of Conan right now. We're on board here on the trunk camera with Jaden Porter currently sitting 5th. We're going to jump up to Zachary King right now as Howard Peoples has gained about 5/10 on Peoples. As you can hear, Zachary King is starting to save fuel. You can hear when he's going to go into the corners, he's going to clutch it. Coast for just a second. It's going to allow Peoples to close that gap some, but Peoples, it's going to allow Peoples to close that gap. Zachary King has to maintain pace. He's also going to have to save fuel at some point, try and get on the same strategy, because he does not want to be in a situation late race on this strategy that he's in now, where his tires start to fade, and then Peoples has all the momentum, is able to get around him. As we now have 21 laps to go here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Chase race number 4 here in the All-American Racing Network. We are going to take another look at our championship standings. Christian Barnes, currently the leader in the points for the championship. Howard Peoples in second, Zachary King in third. Those 3 drivers right now running 1, 2, and 3. You can see Zachary King trying to break that draft a little bit on the back straightaway as they enter into turn number 3. On the nose cam here with Howard Peoples. Right up on the bumper of King. I think King might have to pit here. King and Peoples both opting to pit. This is the race right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the race for the lead right here. You've got Jeffrey Goodpaster in the pits as well. Joseph Essenberg and Joe Conan coming down pit road. Dave Allen right behind them. This is going to be the race right here. This is the race. Who's going to get off the pit road first? It is going to be Zachary King going to get off pit road first. Christian Barnes is your race leader. Christian Barnes, he's going to have some legwork to do. This race stays green. It's going to be really, really tough for Christian Barnes to pull out a win. We've got 15 people in the chat right now. If you're in the chat, I'd like to hear some of your predictions. Who's going to win tonight's race? Is it going to be Zachary King? Is it going to be Christian Barnes? Or is it going to be Howard Peoples? Or is it going to be a curveball? Do you think somebody else is going to win? Let us know here in the All-American Racing Network chat. Zachary King with about a 7/10 of a second advantage over Howard Peoples. Christian Barnes. Last pit 16 laps ago. He's got a few more left in the tank, but how far do you want to push it? As it looks like he's going to come down pit road. Jaden Porter, your current race leader. He will have to pit at some point and yield the race lead to Zachary King. We're going board here with Jaden Porter. We'll slide back to Joseph Conan, working on getting around Jaden Porter to get his lap back. Porter is in that situation where he's going to have to pit soon. Looks like he might be yielding to Conan so he can come down pit road. Nope, not yet. Conan in front of Porter. Risky move right there. Well, we'll take a look at this battle for the lead right now. Zachary King and Howard Peoples. It's not the lead right this second, but it will be once Jaden Porter comes down pit road. Side by side. Howard Peoples to the inside of King. Peoples getting around Zachary King for the lead here. 15 laps to go. Christian Barnes 8 seconds behind these two. He has a ton of ground to make up. But this is going to be the race for the win right here, ladies and gentlemen. Howard Peoples now in front of Zachary King. And we've got a poll up in the YouTube chat here. Vote for who you think is going to be the winner of tonight's race. 60% of you think that Howard Peoples is going to win. 20% think Zachary King is going to win. 20% think Christian Barnes is going to win. We are just going to have to wait and see. We've got Howard Peoples in the chat saying Howard's going to walk the dog. It's going to come down to the wire. 100%. Christian Barnes closing the gap slowly. But he's got a heck of a gap to go ahead and close. Go up here and take a look at John Cook. Sitting a lap down, he's got Jeffrey Goodpaster behind him. Now this might slow Goodpaster down just a tad bit, but Goodpaster getting to the inside of Cook in turn number 2. We've got the 97 of Charles Allen Jr. Unfortunately, 2 laps down. Oh, and we've got a caution.
Something to drink there, buddy.
This is going to shake things up like you would not believe. What happened? We're going to have to wait and see. I heard the tires screeching. I do not see where there was an incident. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Let's go up to John Cook. We will go up to Jeffrey Goodpaster. I want to see it from the cockpit view. And let's see exactly what happened. You got the race leaders up there. Oh! Wow! Zachary King and Howard Peoples. Wow. Wow, we're going to have to take a look at that from the TV perspective. Let's back that up. Wow, an unfortunate turn of events here as Zachary King and Howard Peoples involved in an incident here. Zachary King on the inside. It looks like Peoples might have came down, but unfortunate here for both of these drivers. Comes on lap number 49. And that currently yields the race lead to the number 10 of Joseph Essenberg. This is going to be something that will be talked about, as it has absolutely changed the trajectory of this race. Zachary King and Howard Peoples racing extremely hard and unfortunately coming together in turn number 3. Christian Barnes is now sitting in 4th. Zachary King in 6th. Howard Peoples in 8th. These two will be starting in line with each other. I'm curious to see how things will shake out on this restart. Howard Peoples, if you're in the chat, if you can hop in Discord. I was trying to pull you up here for an interview. Not sure if we'll have enough time to do it before green. But I'd like to get your perspective on that incident. If not now, we'll definitely talk about it after the race. We're gonna pull up. We're gonna pull up Jeffrey Goodpasture. Jeffrey Goodpasture. This is Front Row Joe in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey man, so been a pretty phenomenal race for you so far. See you're back in 10th right now. You were running up front in contention for the majority of the race. What's kind of going to be your strategy here with 9 laps to go?
Well, my screen crashed, so I'm on the last car on the lead lap right now, so I don't know what's going on. But right now, I'm just going to try and just make it back. That's all I can do.
All right, looks like we're getting ready to come on in the front straight, so I'll let you go. But hopefully we get to talk to you at the end of the race, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
All right, Joseph Conan has control on the restart. It's going to be a dramatic finish. Not sure how Goodpasture ended up in the front. It's going to make it interesting for these guys to get around him. We're going to keep an eye on this battle back here. Zachary King is separated. I'm sorry, that was Howard Peoples separated now from Zachary King after that incident. But Christian Barnes, man, on a mission right now. Looking to take that lead away from Joseph Conan. He's got Joseph Essenberg, Howard Peoples, Dave Allen, all behind him. Do we finish under green, or do we have a late race caution? That is the question. Christian Barnes to the inside of Joseph Conan for the lead. Howard Peoples side by side with the 10 of Essenberg. Dave Allen giving Peoples a shove to get past Essenberg. Howard Peoples fighting that car tooth and nail. He's got Dave Allen on his inside. We'll stay on board with him down the front straightaway. Christian Barnes breaking that draft. Side by side, Peoples. Oh, and Zachary King gets into Dave Allen. And they go around again. We stay green. And Peoples shoves Zachary King up into the wall, showing his frustration. Massive wreck. Massive wreck. Wow. I'm speechless. I am just absolutely speechless right there. Yeah, we're going to have to unpack that. So much happened right there. So much happened right there. Wow. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see how it all started. You've got Zachary King on the inside of Dave Allen, setting it 3 wide. Those two connect. Dave Allen up into the wall. Zachary King with the door on Peoples. Dave Allen gets up into King. Up into the wall. Peoples tries to go all the way onto the bottom, and then here just shows his frustration with Zachary King and puts him into the wall. That's going to end both of their races. And that was an absolute monster of a wreck. The big one. And that is going to take Zachary King and Howard Peoples out of this race. And just hand the win over to Christian Barnes. You feel the frustration among these drivers. You see it on track. And not the way I thought this race was going to end, if I'm being completely honest. This is absolutely going to give Christian Barnes a significant lead in the championship. Caution number 3 comes on lap 54 of 60. It is going to be a dogfight to the finish. There's absolutely going to be some post-race dramatics surrounding that incident. But as it stands, Christian Barnes, your race leader, we're going to take a look at your 10-car lineup for this restart. Christian Barnes, Joe Conan, Jayden Porter, Joseph Essenberg, Anthony Hatfield, Isaac Michael, Jeffrey Goodpaster, Howard Peoples, Charles Allen Jr., and Zachary King. Now, is Zachary King back on the track? No, Zachary King out of this race. Is Howard Peoples going to be able to get some damage fixed and get back out there? It looks like it. His car is going to be pretty banged up. Howard Peoples will finish ahead of Zachary King. As the pace car leads the field out of turn number 2. Christian Barnes opting to choose the inside here on the restart. Conan to his outside, Porter right behind him. And our field is down to 10 drivers left on the track. I think the driver that made out the best, aside from Christian Barnes, is going to be number 10 of Essenberg. Essenberg going to be restarting fourth. As the pace car makes the hard left turn onto pit road, Christian Barnes with control, entering into the restart zone, and we are back. Little wiggle there by the 72 of Conan. Going to allow Christian Barnes to get a nice gap. He's got all that clean air in front of him. Jaden Porter right on his tail. Christian Barnes breaking that draft. Will go on the trunk cam of Christian Barnes. Jaden Porter gets a run off of 3. Down into turn 4. Christian Barnes breaking that draft. Be 2 laps to go. Christian Barnes out in front with a 0.2 of a second lead over Jaden Porter. Christian Barnes diving all the way down to the bottom of the backstretch to break that draft. Into turn number 3. And then out of turn number 4, Christian Barnes to take the white flag. Jaden Porter giving a big run right up to the bumper of Christian Barnes. Trying to get to the inside. Not going to have the momentum, but they're side by side. Down the back straightaway. Christian Barnes going to run the inside. He'll have some of that momentum coming out of turn number 3. Got the advantage over Porter side by side. Going into turn 4. Christian Barnes has the lead over Jaden Porter. Trying to break the draft all he can. And it'll be Christian Barnes by 0.05 of a second. Your podium finishers tonight, Christian Barnes, Jaden Porter in second, Jeffrey Goodpaster in third. Goodpaster coming back after being a lap down in 10th. Makes his way back up for a podium finish here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What an absolute thriller of a finish. Jaden Porter almost there, couldn't quite get it done. But Christian Barnes, your race winner tonight here at Indianapolis. And Anthony Hatfield just absolutely demolishes him after the race. Not sure if that was congratulatory or what. But Christian Barnes not going to let that interrupt his celebration. So we are going to pull in our third place finisher, Jeffrey Goodpaster. This is Front Row Joe in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Man, so not sure how you did it, but you came back from being a lap down in 10th to finish third, man. What did it take there at the end to overcome being a lap down and now finishing third?
A very fast hot rod and fresh tires. And the setup was very fast from the beginning. I made a little tweak on the right rear suspension in practice, and surprisingly it held up in the race. I don't know how. Don't know how, because the temperature kept on climbing, and I was like, oh crap, the setup ain't gonna work. And that last quarter of the last segment of the race, the clouds came in. That helped a lot, and it brought down the track temp to a good standard of where I needed it to be. And that's all she wrote.
Yeah, definitely, definitely a phenomenal performance you put on. Ran up front nearly the entirety of the race, and then coming away with a third place finish. So definitely good job by you. We congratulate you on your third place finish, Mr. Goodpaster. And before we let you go, is there anyone you want to thank?
I want to thank my wife, who supports me while I'm doing this, and basically Napa Auto Parts for being on the car. They are phenomenal. I get all my good parts from there for my car at home, so it helps. And I want to thank my Amazon family for keeping an eye on the car when I'm on the track.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Goodpaster, your third place finisher here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Jeffrey, congratulations, and we'll see you next week in New Hampshire.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am looking now for our second place finisher. I do not see him in the Discord. So we are going to go ahead and pull in your race winner of the night, Christian Barnes, Front Row Joe in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I'm here.
Hey, man, so I'm kind of at a loss for words here. You're able
You
to
and me both.
able to come away with the win after being 8 seconds back after that second pit cycle, and unfortunate chain of events with the big wreck that we had. But what are your thoughts on now increasing your lead on the championship points?
Yeah, I'm glad about it, but not the way that I want to do it. I want it to be straight up that I was just overall better, and I had the better races, the better finishes, stuff like that. But when stuff like that happens, it didn't look like anything intentional. It was just unfortunate. But like I said, I'm happy about gaining the points, but definitely don't like to see it happen like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. We'll kind of see what happens here next week. We're going into New Hampshire. We're going to a short track racing to finish out the season. We've got New Hampshire next week, and the week after that, Iowa. And you've got a ton of momentum, winning the race last week at Michigan, now winning here at Indianapolis. What are you gonna need, or what is it gonna take for you to carry this momentum into New Hampshire?
It'll be pretty good, especially knowing that at a track that I felt like I wasn't that good in, that I was able to be somewhat competitive going into New Hampshire, which I feel like I'm really good at. So just gotta hope that I can finish it and keep the buffer that I have right now, and we'll just see what happens. Anything can happen.
Yeah, you are correct. 2 races left to go. Still not over. So it's still anybody's season to take the championship. So we'll look forward to seeing you next week at New Hampshire. But Mr. Barnes, before we let you go, man, who do you want to thank? Who helped you get it done tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Gilbert's Fleet, Advanced Work Van, Jim Blossom's Designs. That was on my scheme tonight. K1 Speed, Ideal Pests, MX Wraps, and TZO Designs. And thank all of Meatball and Ideal.
Awesome. Well, Christian Barnes, congratulations on your win tonight. We will see you next week at New Hampshire.
Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, believe that is going to do it for tonight's broadcast. I'd like to get Jaden Porter in here. Unfortunately, Jaden Porter is not in the Discord. So we're going to take a look at your official race results for tonight. Christian Barnes coming away with the win. Jaden Porter finishing second. Jeffrey Goodpaster finishing third. Joseph Conan finishing fourth. Joseph Essenberg finishing fifth. Isaac Michael finishing sixth. Anthony Hatfield in seventh. Howard Peoples finishing eighth. Charles Allen Jr. finishing ninth. Ryan Testa finishing 10th. Dave Allen in 11th. 12th place is John Cook. Jason Thomas in 13th. Daniel Dunaway in 14th. 15th place goes to Garrett Essenberg. 16th, John Shields. And scoring in 17th, which I believe that is inaccurate, Zachary King. Hard charger of the night goes to Christian Barnes. Most laps led tonight goes to Zachary King. Fastest lap of the race, Christian Barnes with a 53.35. Your pole winner of the night, Howard Peoples. We went a total of 60 laps, 150 miles, 8 different green flag lead changes with 7 different leaders, 3 cautions, totaling 9 laps. Now, unfortunately, I do not have the updated championship point standings. We'll have that for you at the start of the broadcast for next week's race. We'll be live here again next Monday night at New Hampshire. We'll be live at 7:55 Eastern Standard Time as the gentlemen of the All-American Racing Network continue their chase. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Front